All right, let's talk about something I'm sure we're all feeling. That constant pressure, right? To just keep up in this super fast AI-powered world of work. How do you do it without completely burning out? I mean, in a world that literally never stops, where do you find the space to just think?
And that brings us to the big, scary question, doesn't it? If AI can out-research us, outwrite us, and outpace us in basically every task involving information, what's left for us to do? I mean, really, what is our job anymore? What value can we possibly bring to the table when a machine can do it all in seconds?
Well, before we can find an answer, we've got to really understand the problem. So let's dive into our first section, always on, always behind. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's that feeling we all know too well, that you're constantly working, but somehow always falling further behind.
Okay, so here's the hard truth about how we work now. We've basically traded the space we need to think for this illusion of productivity. We've become obsessed with speed. Our value isn't measured by how thoughtful we are, but by how fast we reply. And in the end, we're not actually being more productive, we're just robbing ourselves of the quiet space where our best ideas are born.
I mean, just think about your day-to-day. You get an email, and it feels like it needs a reply right now. You're trapped in those endless reply-all chains that just clog up everything. And on top of all that, AI can now spit out a whole report in the time it takes you to brew a cup of coffee. So what's the result of all this? It's not better work, is it? It's just burnout. It's that constant nagging anxiety that you're never, ever caught up.
So what do? The solution isn't some new productivity app or another complicated management theory. It's something much older. Which brings us to Section 2, the surprising Zen answer. And listen, when I say Zen, I'm not talking about religion. We're talking about a really practical, powerful way of thinking that you can actually use. So, what is it really? At its core, Zen is all about practice. It's training your mind to be right here, right now, fully present. It's not about checking out or escaping the world. It's the total opposite. It's about engaging with the world more deeply, with focus, with real clarity.
Okay, so let's break down a few core principles that you can take straight to work. First up, one-pointed focus. Simple, right? It just means do one thing at a time. No more multitasking yourself into a mess. Next, direct experience. You learn by doing, not just reading about it. And finally, and this one is huge, letting go. It means you stop clinging so tightly to your fixed ideas about how things have to be done.
Okay, so let's zoom in on two of these Zen ideas that are honestly total game changers for dealing with AI and modern work. That's Section 3, the power of space and change.
Here they are. First, there's this amazing concept called ma. It's the Japanese idea of space, but it's not empty space. It's that silence in a meeting right after someone says something important. You know, the one that lets the idea actually sink in. It's how you stop making those knee-jerk reactive mistakes. And the second idea? Impermanence. It's just accepting that everything changes. Markets, technology, your job, it's all in flux. Fighting that change is exhausting and pointless. You just learn to move with it.
This really reframes the whole thing for me. We're taught to think of silence as a void, like nothing is happening. But it's not. Silence is a strategic asset. It's where the real thinking happens.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how does this actually work on a frantic Tuesday afternoon? Let's get practical. Section 4. Putting Zen to work. We're talking real-world scenarios you can use tomorrow.
All right, here's your first big mindset shift. Think about your next big meeting. Let the AI do what it does best. Let it take the notes, compile the data, let it cover the width of all the information. Because that frees you up to do what only a human can do. Own the depth. You can read the room. You can pick up on the hesitation in someone's voice. You can sense the unspoken concerns. That's where the real value is.
And that gets to a huge point. In this AI era, your value isn't about coming up with a million ideas anymore. AI can do that. Your real, unique value, it's knowing which ideas to keep. It's about curation. It's about strategic choice.
So, let's say you ask an AI to brainstorm some marketing angles for a new product. And boom, in seconds, you get 100 of them.
100. It's impressive, for sure, but it's also just noise. It's a massive wall of text that isn't really useful by itself. But this is where you come in. Your job is to sift through that noise. You use your deep knowledge of the brand, of the customer, of the market, and you find the 3 gems, the 3 ideas that have soul, that will actually connect with people. That act of choosing, that is your value now.
And you can get even smarter with it. Start using AI as a sparring partner. Once you have your idea, ask the AI to play devil's advocate. Ask it to find all the flaws. Then you can use its own objections to make your pitch absolutely bulletproof. You see, automation isn't just taking away tasks. It's giving you a golden opportunity to level up your own work to something more strategic, more human.
So, let's bring this all home. In our final section, let's talk about your single most disruptive skill, the one thing that will set you apart in this crazy new world of work.
It really boils down to a simple mantra: do less noise to create more value. We have to stop celebrating busyness for the sake of being busy. It's not about doing more things. It's about creating more value. And that means less noise, fewer pointless meetings, fewer reactive emails, less clutter.
Because let's be totally honest with ourselves. You can't outcompute a machine. You just can't. That race is over, and we lost. But that's okay, because you can outsense them, you can outrelate to people, and you can outdecide them. You can bring wisdom and intuition to the table in a way a machine never will.
And that leaves us with this one final thought. In a world that is always on, that never, ever stops, the ability to just pause, that might be the most powerful, the most disruptive skill of all. It's not a sign of weakness. It's where you find all your strength.